Most of us probably have a bulb of garlic sitting in our kitchen right this very second, right? We chop it up, we toss it into a hot pan with some olive oil, and we just let it fill the whole house with that amazing aroma. But what if I told you that by doing exactly that, you're actually cooking away a hidden biological superpower? The truth is, raw garlic is literally one of the most medically studied foods in human history, and we're missing out on most of its benefits. So, welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going to uncover the fascinating science behind what actually happens to your body when you consume raw garlic every single day. We'll be exploring how this super humble, completely ordinary kitchen staple acts as a potent biological tool, one that can transform your immune system, your heart, your hormones, and even your brain. Section 1. The secret chemical reaction. Okay, let's dive into this because there's a really surprising plot twist when it comes to garlic's internal chemistry. To truly understand garlic, you have to know about its core secrets, allicin. Now here's the crazy part. Allicin doesn't actually exist inside a whole, untouched garlic clove. No way. The magic only happens through mechanical action. When you crush, chop, or chew a clove of raw garlic, you're essentially breaking open a tiny chemical factory. That physical damage activates an enzyme called alliinase, which immediately goes to work creating allicin. This highly unstable sulfur compound is the very thing responsible for that intense, pungent smell, and more importantly, all of its incredible medicinal benefits. But right here is where most people completely get it wrong. It brings us to the absolutely crucial 10-minute rule. Allicin is incredibly sensitive to heat. So if you chop your garlic and instantly throw it into a hot skillet, well, that heat immediately destroys the alliinase enzyme before it ever has a chance to form the allicin. To actually get the health benefits, you have to crush or chop the raw garlic and then just let it sit. Leave it at room temperature for a full 10 minutes. You have to give this chemical reaction the time it needs to finish. Only then is it ready to work its magic. Section 2. Cardiovascular and heart health. Let's move to and see how this builds. Let's trace this newly activated allicin as it travels straight into your cardiovascular system. Once it's absorbed, raw garlic acts almost like nature's own blood pressure medicine. Those sulfur compounds actually stimulate the production of nitric oxide in your body. And nitric oxide is this natural chemical that physically widens your arteries and helps your blood vessels relax. This eases the mechanical strain on your heart, which can lead to a really meaningful drop in blood pressure, especially for anyone dealing with hypertension. And the benefits for your heart definitely don't stop there. Take a look at this impressive statistic, 10 to 15%. Studies have shown that consuming garlic consistently can reduce your total cholesterol and specifically lower your LDL, the bad cholesterol that clogs up your arteries, by an average of 10 to 15%. It essentially goes in and interferes with the liver's production of cholesterol, naturally reducing how much of it ends up circulating in your bloodstream. Section 3. Immunity, liver, and brain. Let's look at some broader systemic benefits. So your heart is just the beginning. Garlic actively defends our major organs and our immune system. And it does this by acting as both an offensive weapon and a defensive shield. Offensively, allicin has direct antimicrobial, antiviral, and antifungal properties that literally stop microbes from multiplying. Defensively, it acts as a shield, directly stimulating your immune system's frontline soldiers, things like natural killer cells and macrophages. On top of all that, it reduces the chronic low-grade inflammation that just quietly exhausts your immune defenses over time. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is this 20% figure. It perfectly highlights garlic's unbelievable detoxifying power. In this one fascinating 4-week study, workers at a car battery manufacturing plant, people who were exposed to dangerous levels of lead, were given daily doses of garlic. The garlic acted like a natural chelator. It literally bound itself to the toxins and reduced the levels of lead in their blood by nearly 20%. It even improved their active symptoms of heavy metal toxicity, like high blood pressure and severe headaches. Beyond detoxing, raw garlic is also packed with these incredibly potent antioxidants that neutralize free radicals, giving it some serious anti-aging potential. These antioxidants protect your brain cells from the oxidative stress that drives cognitive decline and memory loss. Plus, for postmenopausal women, taking daily garlic has been shown to counteract estrogen deficiencies, which actually helps slow down bone loss and severely strengthens the skeletal system. The metabolic and hormonal perks just keep coming, really. Fasting blood glucose? Lowered. Insulin sensitivity? Improved. Down in your digestive tract, it acts as a prebiotic, feeding good bacteria to increase your gut microbiome diversity. And here is one that surprises pretty much everyone. The compound diallyl disulfide in garlic has been shown to stimulate luteinizing hormone in men, which signals the body to naturally produce more testosterone while simultaneously lowering your stress hormone, cortisol. Talk about a boost for athletic stamina. Section 4. Risks and side effects. Because any tool this powerful has to be respected. So the crucial point is understanding that garlic is a double-edged sword. On one hand, because it prevents platelets from clumping together, it's an excellent natural blood thinner that helps prevent dangerous heart attacks and strokes. But that exact same property makes it incredibly dangerous if you are already taking prescription blood thinners like warfarin, or if you're preparing for an upcoming surgery, as it can severely increase your risk of unwanted bleeding. Also, raw garlic is notoriously high in FODMAPs, which are fermentable carbohydrates that can trigger some extreme bloating, gas, and cramps for anyone dealing with irritable bowel syndrome. If you eat it on an empty stomach, it lowers the tone of the sphincter in your esophagus, which heavily exacerbates GERD and heartburn. Finally, its active compounds are so strong they can actually alter how your body processes certain life-saving medications, including HIV drugs and various blood pressure and diabetes prescriptions. Always consult a doctor if you are managing a medical condition. Section 5. The perfect daily habit. Let's bring this all home. With those very important warnings in mind, how exactly can you safely implement this zero-cost habit into your daily routine? The absolute golden rule of engagement here is that more is not better. The clinically accepted safe dose is a strict maximum of 1 to 2 cloves per day. Going over 3 or 4 raw cloves can lead to severe nausea, vomiting, or even liver problems. To make it easier on your digestive tract, never eat it on a totally empty stomach if you have a sensitive gut. Instead, finely mince that 1 clove and pair it with a healthy fat. Mix it into a spoonful of olive oil, some raw honey, or a bit of yogurt. This masks that harsh intensity while keeping all that powerful allicin perfectly intact. Now, obviously, we have to address the elephant in the room. The smell. When those sulfur compounds enter your bloodstream, they exit through your lungs and your sweat. You might just scare away a few dates and definitely vampires with your breath. But thankfully, science actually has a workaround. Chewing on fresh parsley or mint, sipping a glass of milk, or drinking a cup of green tea can naturally bind to and neutralize those lingering sulfur compounds, keeping your breath nice and fresh. So we've seen how unlocking the chemical factory inside a single raw garlic clove can offer profound systemic defense for your heart, your brain, and your immune system. The 10-minute rule is literally all that stands between you and one of the most effective zero-cost health habits on the planet. So next time you reach for that bulb sitting on your kitchen counter, will you just be cooking for flavor, or will you wait 10 minutes to unlock its true power? Are you ready to crush your first clove today?